Hi and welcome. My name is Bernice. I am reviewing questions for ServiceNow developer and administrator. This is the third part of this. So I did this earlier. Tell me about yourself. What I left out is that I recently graduated with a 4.0 Bachelor of Science in Web Development, and I also have a master's in computer information systems and another Bachelor of Science in computer science. Um, I have ServiceNow certification, a certified system administrator, CAD certified application developer, IT service management, HRSD, event management, and performance analytics. That's just part of that I'm going to add in there. I have worked as a ServiceNow developer and administrator, and I have worked previously in many years of experience in IT and in different roles as a system administrator, software engineer, different roles, programmers, technical support level two engineer for network attached storage. So yeah, I have a lot of IT experience, and then I went back to software development, and then that's how I got into ServiceNow. And so, what is a realm? Now, this is not a ServiceNow interview question. This is just so. This is another thing I do is like I have gone to school. I've taken some. Well, I did my master's, and I had to do research and analyze data, and then also I was working on a doctorate too that I'm like halfway through. So this is something, if you don't know it, I will look it up. And so, let's go back here. What is the realm? The dictionary, it's a kingdom. And the search assistant realm is a community or territory ruled by a sovereign, often used to describe a kingdom or a domain of knowledge and activity. It can also refer to areas of interest, such as the realm of art or politics. And then, so the realm, you may know the quote, there was from Game of Thrones. It was, do you know what the realm is? It is the thousand blades of Aegon's enemies, the story we agreed to tell each other over and over until we forget it's a lie. And then, but what we do have left is once we abandon the lie, chaos, a gaping pit waiting to swallow us all. And the chaos isn't a pit, chaos is a ladder. So many who try to climb it fail and never get to try it again. The fall breaks some, and some are given a chance to climb. They refuse. They cling to the realm or the gods or love. So illusions, only the latter is real. The climb is all there is. So those are just some different definitions of that. So, but yeah, it is a domain of knowledge and an activity. Let's see. I'll go back to the PowerPoint. Here it is. All right. And then, so I have this is a new jacket. I have gone down a size. I've been exercising. And this underneath is actually yeah, this is a workout tank top. But so this is, and then I just put the jacket over because I have gone down a size. So that is one thing I'm working on. So let's see. And today I was working on glutes. I was not working on chest, but this is, so it was glute day. All right. What is the service catalog? What is a service catalog? It is a collection of items that are available to order that employees uh, or users can order through the application. So it can be categorized. It could be you could have different things like phones. It could be different items that you might be able to order at your company. It can also be different services such as forms you need to fill out or to report something. All right, so it is a database of IT resources available within an organization designed to provide for user needs efficiently and effectively. What is the difference between it's a service request and a request item? So there are three different. See, when you create a request, it can contain one or more request items. And then there's also, let's see, consists of a request record, a request item, and the service catalog task. What is a variable set? The variable set is, you can use that to, it contains the questions that you can make a set of them that can be reused on different catalog items. So that way you don't repeat the same questions over and over. So if you only use single variables, every catalog item would need its own questions. This can be messy. It gives you a group of related questions that you can use in different catalog items. So it's reusable, consistent, and efficient. That's more on it. What is the difference between a before insert and after insert in a business role? So a business role, it can perform the script before it is inserted or after inserted. And so that's the when part. So when it runs, so it could be before or after, it could be asynchronously, async or display, and then it can do different, it can insert or update, delete. Let's see, I don't know, the time that the business rule is configured to run and the database operation. What is the difference between onload and on change in client scripts? Onload is it when it first loads the form. On change is when something is updated on the form. And then there's also, let's see, there's on load, on change, on submit runs when the form is submitted, and on cell edit, that is for a table that is, if it's a cell on a table. What does ServiceNow recommend to use, client script or UI policy? Which is better or more efficient? So it's better to use the UI policy. It's more efficient and less costly performance wise. It is only when you want to hide a field or to make it mandatory or or read only. So you can make it mandatory, read only, or to show or hide. What is Flow Designer? Flow Designer is the new low code, no code alternative to the old workflows that were done. So it allows you to create workflows with it, but it is an easier option and the preferred option to use now. So it is no code, no code. You can automatically assign tasks and notifications, update or create records, run an approval process, integrate with external systems via integration hub. And then these are Flow Designer. So a flow is sequence of actions triggered by an event, such as the record being created. So there's a trigger, there's an action. It uses data pills where you can drag and drop them. And you can do subflows, and there are spokes for they're pre-built ones for different like Slack, Microsoft Teams, and other actions. Let's see. What is the difference between an asset and a CI, a configuration item? The asset is for financial, and CI is for your for your environment, operational details. So a CI can be a physical, logical, or conceptual. What is the mid server? The mid server is you can install on in the client's environment that can run and help communicate the data between their servers and the ServiceNow instance. So it can be used for integrations, orchestrations, discovery, and to attach a script file. So it's a Java application that runs on a server on the local network, and they facilitate communication and data movement between a single ServiceNow instance and external applications. So what is discovery integration with mid-server? So discovery can be used to collect data that different servers and applications, they make available data for other servers to that they can get the information. So this is data that the servers and applications and other network things on the network that make it available that so that we can see what the is going on in the environment to see what's there. So it is um, it uses conventional techniques and technology to extract information from computers and other devices. It uses a wide variety of probes, and then and it's just collecting data that is being made available to be collected. So what's the different steps involved in the LDAP integration? Steps involved in LDAP, that's Lightweight Directory Access Protocol. That is the load the SSL certificate, then you create the LDAP server, you LDAP configuration, and then OU definitions, and then you define the data source and define the transform map and set a schedule. So you load the certificate, create the server, LDAP configuration, OU definitions, define the data source, define the transform map, and create a schedule. SOAP and REST web services. So you can use SOAP and REST on ServiceNow. And so REST is a representational state transfer. It's stateless that between systems. You can create, read, update, and delete operations on existing tables. And then SOAP is Simple Object Access Protocol, which is XML based and uses WSDL. Integration Hub using Flow Designer. Integration Hub, in Flow Designer, you can use Integration Hub. Each integration is a spoke, and each spoke can contain actions and steps. The Integration Hub works as part of a flow in Flow Designer. Each integration is a spoke. Each spoke consists of actions and action steps, and they can be predefined or custom built, and they're reusable. So asset management, entire life cycle. This is the entire life cycle: requisition, configuration, stock, distribution, installation, maintenance, decommission, and disposal. Process and data flows and in domain separation. Processes flow from top to bottom, and data flows from bottom to top. And what is the difference between an override and a dictionary override? There can be domain-specific overrides when you're using different domains, instances that are separated them by domains. You can use overrides there, and a dictionary override is overriding something. So if you have such as the task table, and a child is an incident, and you can do a dictionary override so that because the child inherits from the parent table, you could override something so it only changes that on the such as like if you were changing incident, it would only affect the incident, not all the other tables that use task that inherit from task. And then there's also overrides for ACLs, ACLs, access control lists. It's- And the difference between SLA, OLA, and an underpinning contract. SLA is between the service provider and the customer, service level agreement. OLA is can be different between two different groups in a company. And underpinning contract can be between the vendor and the company. So it is between the service provider and customer, internal, and an underpinning contract between the vendor and the service provider. What is a script include? Script include is JavaScript that's on the server. It can be called from either from on the server side, or it can be client callable using the Ajax. And it's better to use script includes instead of the global business rules. So client-side script it's a client on the client side. What is server-side script, such as business rules? There's different APIs, Glide server APIs. There's the business rules script includes. There's different things you can use. What is Glide system? That is the API. It's Java class that allows you access the database without using the SQL queries. Runs the server side. What is a business rule? It is a server side script. It can perform operations. It can run before or after async or display on the different database operations. Insert, update, delete, the time, and the database operation. So before, after, async, display, insert, update, query, and delete. The CRUD. And create, read, update, delete. All right. What is a client script? On this client side, it runs on load, on change, on submit, on cell edits. What is a catalog client script? These are used for catalog items. What is a UI action? Mandatory, read-only, or visible. What does the script include? We did right policy. Yeah, some of these are duplicated. Let's see. Difference between Glide Ajax and Glide Record. Glide Ajax allows the client to use a script include on the server, and Glide Record is on the server side. And then what is the difference between G form set display and G form set visible? So some information there on that. What is the ATF automated test framework? And what is it used for? So for testing, it's a collection of steps to verify behavior. You can there's different use cases. What are views in forms? So these you can create different views for different users so that it's specific for what they need. What is a form section? So sections that up here is tabs on a form. And if they disable their tabs on, they can do that. Then the sections would appear sequentially at the bottom of the form. So if you're using a section on a form and someone disables the sections, then they're still going to see that. And that is it for now. And I thank you.